Hey, it's Teresa with My Lice Advice, and today we're talking about Vaseline for head lice. Does it work, and how do you do it? Let's get to it. Before getting started, let me introduce who I am. My name's Teresa. I'm a registered nurse, and I specialize in head lice. I own my own lice center, and I contract with the government regularly to help children with the most severe head lice cases imaginable. But the most important thing that I do is on my website, myliceadvice.com. And that's a website I created to teach everyday parents all about head lice and how to get rid of it as fast as possible. On that website, I have a series of videos where I walk parents through step by step exactly how to do a professional lice treatment, the same kind of treatment that I do in my lice center, how to do that on their child. Now, here's the thing. If you're struggling with lice, you are not alone. And that's because lice today have grown immune to treatments that worked in the past. Now, in the 1980s and the 1990s, you could just pick up a lice kit at the store and that would probably take care of your problem. But today, that's not going to work. And you probably already experienced this. You probably already tried several lice kits. And that's probably why you looked up Vaseline for lice, because you've tried other things and it hasn't worked. And just know it's not something that you're doing wrong. It's just that those lice treatment kits don't work. Now, the thing you need to know with getting rid of lice is that when you have lice, you need to think of it not just as one problem, but really as two problems. Problem number one is the lice bugs. And that's what people get really stressed out about, seeing those bugs. And what you're seeing is usually the adult bugs. Those are the ones big enough for you to see. But there's also little tiny baby bugs on there. Those bugs that have just hatched, they're almost invisible. They're really hard to see. In addition to that, your second problem, problem number two, is lice eggs. They're also known as nits. So if you've been wondering what's the difference between lice eggs and nits, they're the same thing. It just depends on where you live in the world, what they're called, or who you're talking to. Now, either way, we're talking about those little eggs that lice lay in the hair. And the eggs have a bug inside of them. Each of those eggs or nits has one bug inside, and they hatch. So today, let's talk about Vaseline and let's address both things. Does Vaseline kill lice bugs, and does Vaseline kill lice eggs? So everything that I do on My Lice Advice is based on scientific studies. And believe it or not, Vaseline on head lice has been tested in scientific studies. Some people will claim that Vaseline prevents lice eggs from hatching. And the truth is that if you were to smother your child's hair in Vaseline and leave it on for a full 10 days, then it could prevent some lice eggs from hatching. But that's what they did in the scientific study. It was on these lice eggs for 10 days straight. I mean, that's torture. And the reason why it helped prevent some eggs from hatching was just because the pressure from the Vaseline just makes it hard for those little baby lice to hatch. However, several of them did. It's not like it prevented all lice eggs from hatching. It just prevented some lice eggs from hatching. If you have 2 lice eggs that hatch, then you just start all over again. You just have lice again. So torturing your child with 10 days straight of Vaseline is not worth it because you won't get rid of lice that way. The second question is, does Vaseline kill lice bugs? In the studies where Vaseline was left on the head for 8 hours to see if it would kill lice bugs, and that's what some people claim, leave it on the scalp and on the head for 8 hours. It didn't. It killed a percentage of lice in the 60% range, but still, you're not killing the majority of lice bugs. In my experience, it actually makes lice worse for most people because once you put Vaseline in your child's hair, it's really, really hard to get it out. I'm talking about like it takes weeks to come out. And when you have Vaseline in the hair, it's significantly harder for you to work with. It's significantly harder for you to get those lice eggs out, to get the lice bugs out. And the truth is, most home remedies, you're just gonna be stuck with lice. You're just gonna go around and around. And so that's not what I recommend to people. I recommend that you go to my website, myliceadvice.com, and learn how to do a professional lice treatment on your child at home. It's not a home remedy. It's not a lice kit, because those things don't work. It's just a step-by-step technique that I use in my lice center every day, that I use in my government work, and that is 100% guaranteed to get rid of lice. And the best part is, you do it in one treatment, and then you're done with lice for the rest of your life, because you're going to have the skills to get rid of lice for the rest of your life. So that's what I recommend to you. If you're already on my lice advice, you can find that step-by-step video series in the main menu. It's called Get Rid of Lice Like a Pro. It's called that because I'm teaching the pro or the professional technique. Now, if you're not on my website, like maybe you're on YouTube, then you can find a link right below this that'll take you directly to that page. So that's it for today. That's it for Vaseline. My one last piece of advice is, if you're dead set on using home remedy instead of using a professional technique, then do not use Vaseline. It is extremely hard to get out of the hair. It's as if you have put gum all over your child's hair. And if you've already made the mistake of putting Vaseline in your child's hair, your best bet with trying to get it out is like Dawn dish soap. But be sure you don't get it in your kid's eyes, because that hurts. And you're gonna be at it for a really, really long time. So if you haven't done it already, please don't do it. That's it for today. If you are watching this video on YouTube and you want to learn more about Get Rid of Lice Like a Pro, there is a video here that talks more about it. But again, you're going to find out the most about Get Rid of Lice Like a Pro and my lice advice on the website, myliceadvice.com. Either way, I'll see you there.